Hey everyone, I'm Cassius and welcome back to the Shakespeare Minute. Today I have another Shakespeare news. There is a new clip from the upcoming BBC Richard II. Yes, the BBC is doing a Henriad this summer that they are calling The Hollow Crown, and as information about that solidifies in terms of dates and times when the four movies, Richard II, Henry IV Part 1, Henry IV Part 2, and Henry V, are showing, then I will post that information here. But today I want to jump right into the 90-second clip of the Richard II movie that was released. A clip from the scene where John Gaunt chastises Richard, and I want to pick through it so finely that it will take considerably longer than the vid itself. Let's watch the first 5 seconds.
I breathe and see thee ill.
Oh my god, where to begin? Okay, quickly. Ben Whishaw's voice in his Richard II performance is the best part of the video, bar none. It has this high-pitched edge, but still maintains power and strength. Yes, I know, I sound like a pretentious wine critic when I describe voices. Yes, this vintage British voice is very nice for summer. Basically, his voice is amazing. Of course, it is coupled with his look, which is hilariously bad. Most Richard II's are over-decked out to the point of silliness, but this overcorrection in the other direction makes his costume and hairstyle and crown look cheap and high school level, but that's by far not enough to outweigh the amazing performance. And the other costumes and everything here, the look is not terrible overall, but his whole getup, I don't know. I'm a little bit worried about the fact that that crown is basically the main character of an entire act. It really is. Next 15 seconds.
Now he that made me knows I see thee ill. Thy deathbed is no lesser than thy land, wherein thou liest in reputation sick.
Patrick Stewart, he is so badass. And actually, I was worried that because he is so badass, he wouldn't be able to pull off dying, but as it turns out, he just channels that badass right back into the role, which is great. Sells the dying, sells the I have major chutzpah, sells all of it. Yay. Next 20 seconds.
And thou, too careless, patient as thou art, commits thy anointed body to the cure of those physicians that first wounded thee. 1,000 flatterers sit within thy crown, whose compass is no bigger than thy head.
Alright, the great thing here is that Ben Whishaw is so gloriously willing to be completely unsympathetic here. Actors sometimes find it a little hard to play entirely loathsome characters or scenes, but Richard is totally unsympathetic here, and it's great. His flatterers being totally unresponsive, just like he is, well, that's just the icing on the cold, cold cake. And with the voice like he has, I'm pretty sure he'll be able to pull off the fragility and the pathos of the later parts of the play, making the character truly dynamic and not just like always a good guy. But of course, that is just a hunch. Next 20 seconds.
Landlord of England art thou now, not king, and thou—
A lunatic, lean-witted fool! Darest with thy frozen admonition make pale our cheek, chasing the royal blood with fury from his native residence?
Oh dear, well he certainly is laying on the unsympathetic in a big way, but here is where his voice really shines. Oh my god, okay. But a quick moment here, a little detour. When I watch films of Shakespeare, I tend to get bogged down in the aesthetic details, and for some reason I tend to not see cutting nearly as quickly as I do on stage. So, I often need whole scenes, whole sections of a play to really start to absorb what's been cut from it. The point is, I did not see the vicious, widespread cutting, particularly of Gaunt's speech, the first time I saw this clip, as I was so caught up in the whole thing and absorbing all of the new information. But seeing it in context after watching a whole act, I think I would have. The point is, Gaunt's speech is way cut down from its original glory. But honestly, I'll sacrifice way more lines of this play than that to watch performances this good. 10 more seconds.
I my seat's right royal majesty, wert thou not my father's father's son, this tongue that runs so roundly in thy head should run thy head from thy unreverent shoulders.
Nice change from brother to great Edward's son to father's father's son. That's still way too flowery to be real speech, of course, but it's certainly more understandable if you're hearing it for the first time. God, the purists are gonna have my head for this video, aren't they? Final 20 seconds.
Live in thy shame, but die not shame with thee.
Oh my god, all the swords! And some of those idiots look like they're raising their swords against the king. Is that just me? Tense day. Also, who's the kid in green? My first guess is the Duke of Aumerle, Richard's young cousin and not quite crony. Though Aumerle is a major pro-Richard poser as well as partisan. He likes to be seen as pro-Richard, so why he wouldn't be as active as the cronies is beyond me. My second guess is that he's a pre-Prince Hal, the guy who goes on to become Henry V, but that's probably just some head-canony wishful thinking. Of course, he could just be a scared random person in the room. It's really anyone's guess. Overall takeaway? The set is great. The costumes, hair, and crown on Richard look silly. The two performances here are so great I can hardly keep the drool in my mouth. I am so classy today. As soon as I have more concrete information about when this will be airing, both in the UK and the US, you will hear of it. See you Sunday with the Memorial Day episode of the Shakespeare Minute. Till then, I'm Cassius. Think of the world.
Lunatic, lean-witted fool!
Okay, this show is G-rated, so I can't really tell you exactly how my ears feel after listening to him say that. Say it again.
Lunatic, lean-witted fool!
Again.
Lunatic, lean-witted fool!
Oh, don't stop.